This episode was brought to you by Adesanya, indie author extraordinaire. Hello, members of the Pride, and welcome back to another episode of House Flipper. I've been giving this some thought, and I think, just because I've never done this before, I think I want to try wood cuttings and bark. And I think I want to. I think I just want to cover the whole back area, in wood color, in wood and bark. Reason why I say that is because I've been thinking about like backyard gardens, and it just seems to me that so many of the backyard gardens I've been in have a lot of wood. Just like wood cuttings and bark and just wood chips everywhere. I don't know why. I guess it's a thing, but it just, I don't know. It seems to me that's a thing. So I'm thinking maybe let's do like let's do bark, and I think I just want to cover. Just the whole kit and caboodle in bark, and I think I'm just gonna cover this whole this whole area and just bark it up, and just see if maybe that would be an idea. Maybe I'm crazy. But I kind of feel like if we're going to do it, we may as well really do it. And the nice thing about bark is that it's not terribly expensive. We could probably slap down this whole yard. Oh, we could probably slap down this whole yard for maybe a couple $100, and you know, I don't know. I'm inspired to do it, so we're going to do it. Is there a way? I was going to say, can we make this bigger? Let's make this bigger, because obviously this is going to take a long time. So let's. And obviously we're also going to get rid of those plants, because those plants just do not belong in a crop garden. Let's and let's just cover this whole. And you know what? Let's put on a little light since it's kind of dark here. But yeah, we're going to cover this whole place in bark. And hopefully that will be crop-ish. I'm strictly going by what I remember seeing in backyards, in crop garden, in other gardens, like crop gardens I've seen in my past. I will admit, like I said, I am not the expert in this. I am honestly kind of guessing that this is what I should be doing. And if I'm wrong, well, I guess I will have only sacrificed maybe a few $100. You know, what else is new? Lord knows I have wasted an enormous amount of money building houses and renovating houses in this game. So I guess we're going to find out one way or another if this is the right way to go. But I think it is. I don't know. I think we're on the right track here. I don't know. It seems to me that there we go. It seems to me that, you know, if you're wanting to do a crop garden, you would want to cover it in wood shavings. So I don't know. We're going with it, and hopefully it won't end up being a complete disaster. You know, I guess, like I said, I guess the worst that happens is I get a 0, 0 stars, and and it's funny. I off camera, I accidentally started a contest. I was actually looking up like crop on the game to see what the thing said, and I clicked on it by accident, and I started the contest, and I got, like, of course, almost nothing. It was like no bonuses whatsoever, so obviously that didn't work. But that's actually what kind of gave me the idea that perhaps I needed to do something, because it said that there's not a lot of grass, and that there's a lot of wood. And so I was like, well, if there's not a lot of grass and there's a lot of wood, I mean, stands to reason there's a lot of bark. Bark and wood cuttings. So that's what kind of prompted this whole thing here. So let's hope that I am not completely out of my gourd here. The next thing we're going to do is, of course, we need to do a lot of crops, and I am thinking that this is going to mean, let's see. Can I? No. We need fruit trees, and we need crops, like edible plants. We got apple. We've got grapes. Okay. Plum trees. We're just gonna do a whole lot of everything, and we're gonna go whole hog for this. In fact, let's start with the grapes. I'm thinking maybe in the back, just like along the back here. Let's just buy many, and let's do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I don't know what ferment is, but let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and let's do Sauvignon Blanc. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we've come almost all the way to the end of the thing. Is there anything else we can just kind of plant in the back? Plant in the black. That's what I meant to say. Plant in the back. Plant in the black, or plant in the plant, or block in the block, and maybe some. There we go. Maybe some just tomato bushes. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. But it's not. There we go. 10. It's a little bit cheatsy, but it's whatever. It's whatever. It's whatever. Okay. And you know what? We've got a whole row to get started on. So, why can't I? Why can't? Why can't? Why can't I? I mean, I can do this one. Oop, and then, but I can't do this one. I can't do this one. That's interesting. All right, well, can I put it there? Maybe I can. So you know what? We'll just do that, and we won't, we won't sweat the small stuff, and we'll just worry about the plants that we have, and that little space back there, that's there deliberately. Definitely, it definitely wasn't a mistake, because that would imply that we make mistakes on this channel, and of course that's just silly. We don't do anything like that. I mean, it's not like we're human in this channel. It's certainly it's cause for people to get really upset about it, and post like comments about like how how I'm human. I mean, how I made a mistake. That's what a silly thing to, that's just silly, because obviously I never make mistakes. That would imply that I'm anything short of a lion god, and of course, everybody knows that, I was born from a combination of Aslan from Narnia and Zeus, because I'm all about the lightning, naturally. So, I don't know why you would think anything less than that. So, I guess I'm commenting because it's funny to me about like how I get sometimes, and I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not bad mouthing anybody here. It's just that sometimes I get these private comments sent to me, and it's not, I'm not talking about the comments in the video. I mean, people can write, people can write whatever they want in the comments and such like that. But every once in a while, I'll get like a private comment from people. They'll send me a note through Patreon or through my email, my business email, or something of that nature. And I'll just get some of the most unusual comments sometimes. And it's just comments like, I mean, it's one thing to give suggestions, but it's another to like start making demands about a person's gaming play style. And we're all about having fun here. I don't take these things seriously, and you shouldn't either. If you're actually genuinely getting upset about something I'm doing, about something I'm saying, about anything that goes on in this on my channel, honestly, I completely understand. I don't want to badmouth you here, but if that's the case, there are other channels. I mean, YouTube isn't that serious. But I'm not going to stop being who I am. I'm not going to stop playing the way I want to play. Obviously, your input is valued. I'm not saying I don't appreciate your input. I do appreciate your input. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear suggestions, and I want to hear comments, and I want to hear about like, hey, Lion, have you thought about doing this? Yeah, absolutely. But if what I'm saying to you is somehow offensive or bothers you like on a personal level, then first of all, I'm sorry you feel that way. Not everybody can be everything to everyone. But at the same time, I have to be who I am. And I hope that you will understand when I say, when you're telling me to things like, I think you should change what you're doing because who you are offends me or upsets me. I'm sorry that that's the case, but I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. This channel was built not just with the intention of entertaining. It was also intended to educate. It was intended to embrace the values of Squeaking Lions. And if what I'm saying is something that you don't agree with, well, okay, you don't have to. You're absolutely under no obligation to agree with me. And if you feel that you need to leave or stop being a member of my Patreon or stop being, a fan of mine, I'm sorry to see you go. But I'm not going to stop being me. And I realize that the person who kind of prompted this, believe me, I'm not going to single you out, and I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I completely understand the circumstances you were telling me about, and believe me, I am not trying to badmouth those circumstances at all. Believe me, I completely understand where you're coming from. While I personally don't have the circumstances that you're talking about, I have had more than a couple of friends whose children did. And I have had to deal with the condition that you were referring to. And I'm not gonna call you out on this. That's your business, and I'm not going to talk about that. But I am going to say that I have to be me, just like you have to be you. And if you feel that you have to leave because the circumstances that this channel are about somehow upsets you or makes you feel uncomfortable or just whatever, if you feel this is something you have to do, I'm sorry to see you go, and I hope you don't. I hope you stay, and I hope that you don't feel like somehow you're being singled out or that what I'm doing is deliberate against you. But at the same time, I'm not going to change who I am. And I don't think it's fair to ask somebody to change who they are in order to accommodate you. I would never do that to you. I would never ask you to change who you are in order to accommodate me. That to me is not what being a Squeaking Lion is about. And if you feel you need to stop being a Patreon member and you feel like you need to stop watching the show, again, I understand. But I am not going to stop being who I am. And I'm not going to stop being trying to espouse the what I believe is the right way to live your life. I'm not going to stop saying that everyone should be a Squeaking Lion, or at least aspire to be one. And I hope you can understand that. And I don't want you to comment in public. I mean, I don't want to embarrass anybody. That's not what this is about. But you're not the only person who has made comments like that. That people don't like what I'm saying. Sometimes when I stop, when I stop playing and start, and I start talking about like the things that I believe in on this channel, and I doggone it, I want to move this over to the side. Guys, if what I'm saying bothers you, then you know what, that's okay. You are not under any obligation to watch me. You're not under any obligation to do anything except what you feel is right. But I'm not going to stop being who I am. I don't care if this channel flops and never makes a penny. I would love it if I could. But the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing here, it's not because I'm hoping to make money off of that. If granted that, like I said, yeah, I'd love it if that was the case. That was originally my intent. But that hasn't been my intent in a long time. My intent is to make the world a better place. It's to try to encourage what Squeaking Lions is about. It's about trying to become a better person than you are, and trying to be more than what it seems like society is desperately trying to fold us into and try to force us into being. And I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't imagine anybody who would voluntarily do that. Who would give up their freedom to believe what they believe just so they can fit in with everybody else. You have to be the person that you are. And I have to be the person that I am. And I have to... Whoop, that is not what I wanted to do. And I have to be able to do what I can to be able to change the world in my own little way. Because while I may not be a squeaking lion, I damn sure want to try to be like one. I mean, I can't be a squeaking lion because obviously I'm on a public channel. I'm, the world can see me, and obviously I'm going to end up getting the kudos for the things that I do. But in order to get the kudos for the things that I do, I have to do the things. And asking me to not be who I am and to not spread the message that I have, I'm sorry, but that's not going to happen. If you simply can't deal with the fact that sometimes I'm going to get loud and sometimes I'm going to get obnoxious, maybe in your eyes, sometimes I'm going to get adamant, sometimes I'm going to be very passionate about what I'm saying, just like now. I'm passionate about this. If that's the way it has to be, then and you can't deal with that, I'm sorry. I wish that I could please everybody, but I can't, so I'm not going to try. And I think it's silly to try. I will be the person that I am. And I will love you for the person that you are. And if it's not compatible, just like in a relationship that doesn't work, sometimes you gotta just let go. And if that's the way it is, and it's what you have to do, then okay. I'm sorry to see you go, and I hope you don't go. I hope that you stick around, and I hope that you understand that what I'm saying here is said with love, and said with the belief that I genuinely am trying to make the world a better place, and that includes for people who don't necessarily agree with me. Not that I'm, embracing, John Lennon, all you need is love. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that you're not going to get anywhere with being negative, and you're not going to get anywhere with attempting to change other people. You can't change other people. All you can change is yourself. But you can try to educate. And if people want to listen to what you say, then terrific. And if people don't want to listen to what you say, well, okay. that's okay too. We were all born, if you were born in the United States, you were born free. You're allowed to disagree. You're allowed to not like what I have to say. But you're not allowed to tell me I can't say it. So why is this green and these are white? Why is this green and these are white? I don't know. That's weird. All right, so I have my trees planted. Let me put. Let's see. There's a. I want to put like a garden shed back behind here. So I mean that's all I wanted to say. I do understand where you're coming from. I understand why you felt you needed to tell me what you did, and that's okay. Like I said, I'm not upset about it. I completely understand why you're saying why you said what you said. Truly, I do, and I don't want you for a minute to think that I'm bad-mouthing you or your condition or what you're trying to say to me. As long as you understand that I can't comply, because I have to be me, and this channel has to be a part of who I am, and it has to be what I feel is right. And if it ever stops being that, then I'm no longer being true to me. And I can't do that. I can't not be true to myself. I just can't. So I'm sorry if you feel that you simply can't continue to be here. I hope that that's not the case. And I hope that's not the case with anybody else. I hope that you're staying because you want to be here. Oop. I'm like looking in the wrong thing here. I should be looking at. Here we go. I hope nobody feels like that. That what I'm saying is somehow offensive to them. I definitely don't want people to feel that way. Wasn't there a shed? I thought there was like a shed or something out here. Yeah, tool house. That's what it is. So that's all I wanted to say. And I recognize that what I just said might potentially cost me might potentially cost me viewers. And if that's the case, I'm sorry to see you go. But I take nothing back. I have to be me, and you have to be who you are, and that's okay. But I hope that it doesn't end up costing you as a viewer, because my whole purpose is intended to educate and to make people better than who they are, and try to encourage people to be squeaking lions, and to encourage people to be better people, and learn and grow and be more than who they are. But if what I'm saying and what I tell to people and the manner in which I do it is upsetting to you, I'm sorry. I really genuinely had no intention of upsetting you, and making you feel in any way, I don't know, bad. I wish I knew a better way to be able to say that, and I don't know. I don't have a way to be able to say it any better. I hope you understand I hope you understand my heart and understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. And I hope you stick around. I genuinely do. I would hate to see anybody go. Let me touch up this real quick. I think that gets everybody. And my alarm is going off here telling me I am out of time. So in the next episode, we will go ahead and we will continue with the crops. I am thinking maybe we're going to plant our crops along here and out front here. And we've already got our trees going. We've got our vines in the back, and now we're going to have our front area with some low-hanging, low-profile crops right up here in front, and back in the back here, and then maybe we'll surround it in fences or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. And in any case, guys, that's going to do it for this particular episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, do the liking and the subscribing and the commenting down below. You guys absolutely are brilliant fans. I truly appreciate every single one of you. And I hope that I didn't just cost myself a bunch of you by what I said. But even if I lost every single fan immediately after the end of this video, I would never stop being who I am. And I hope that you will never stop being who you are simply because somebody doesn't like who you are or like what you do. You need to be who you are. You need to be the person that you are. And you need to be able to embrace and like who you are. And I like who I am. And I like what I do here. So I hope that you guys like me too. And as always, everyone, always remember that anyone can be a mouse that roars, but it takes someone special to be a lion that squeaks. So embrace your inner lion and squeak on! I have a lot of work to do left on this garden.